TRAKA 360. It's a bloody long way. Yeah, so I think I sort of didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of thought I'd be able to just sort of cruise along at Ironman power and, yeah, sort of survive. But yeah, like the race started, so we started at 6, so it was pretty early. Yeah, I was feeling quite nervous for it, to be honest. And they do like all the kind of hype up before, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there weren't like loads of women in our pen. I think there was maybe like 40 of us, so that was actually quite nice. But yeah, it started off not like super hard actually, but people were definitely pushing the climbs like a little bit more than I thought they would for a 360k day. Although I think also some of that is maybe doing a half Ironman 5 days before, probably not my most well thought out plan. But yeah, like initially it was all together, the group, there's probably like 15 of us, getting up to about maybe like 40-ish, 50k. Then we started getting caught by some of the age group men behind, which was like generally fine, other than when like there were some quite big groups that were coming through, and when that was on like some of the smaller tracks, that obviously they were then kind of getting in between some of the women, and then you'd get like some little pinch points, and then it would all like split up a bit, and so that made it quite hard. And I got sort of detached from the group at that point. But yeah, it was kind of like, it's fine, it's a long day, just got to keep going, keep eating, keep drinking. So yeah, I made it to the first food stop at like 135k. And yeah, at that point, I'd basically been by myself for maybe like 30-40k. But yeah, I was like quite enjoying it. It's nice, like all the gravel out there is amazing. Like, I was so impressed by how much gravel there is. So yeah, I was like just quite enjoying my day, and was like, you know, just get into this rhythm and just go with it. So yeah, the first food station, sort of replaced my vest, got some more bottles, got some more food, and off we went. And we had like quite a big climb at the start of that, and then you descend and then it's all flat. So yeah, like the climb is basically all by myself, other than going through some of the men ahead. Then descended down, had a little overcook of a corner, which was actually just really stupid. So yeah, it kind of went off the side of the road a little bit, got a little bit of road rash, bashed my handlebars around a bit, but thankfully like bike all worked, I obviously wasn't hurt. So yeah, picked myself up, kept going. Got down onto the flat bit, and there's like, oh yeah, there's like another little water stop, which was much needed. At this point, it had been like another 45k, and I was already through like a fair bit of water because I'd obviously done the climb. Yeah, so got like stocked up on water, actually picked up a bit more food because I was still from this point got 90k, and I didn't actually have that much. Like, I still had like carb drink in my bottle and like a gel pouch, but I was like, I could actually do with something else. So like in future, I would have to have some other food at that point. Yeah, then there's basically like a really flat, non-technical bit, and I was basically just by myself for probably 40k before I then caught one of the other girls. I actually don't know her name, and then we caught Maddie, so then we had 3 of us. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating actually, like with the not being able to draft off the men this year, but with there being quite a lot of groups, it means that points like that, you're by yourself. Obviously, like a group of men comes by that, like probably in previous races, the girls could have just been with. And to make it like obviously a more enjoyable experience, it'd be much more fun to be able to ride with people. But yeah, basically, because they're trying to make it fairer racing, you're then not meant to draft with the men. So it just made it, yeah, like long and boring until we then met those girls. So then we had the 3 of us, and we were kind of working together, which was nice, bit of company. So we basically had, yeah, like 50k cruise to the next food stop. We dropped the other girl at some point, not entirely sure where. Got into the second food stop, and yeah, again, it was like change the bottles, actually took the vest off because we then had 2 quite tough hills coming up. Maddie got out ahead of me, and I then actually never caught her for a bit because she had heard that Danny wasn't too far ahead, so she was trying to push on a bit. But that next climb actually was like 8.5k, not super hard, like, well, actually, yeah, quite hard at that point on like pretty tired legs. Yeah, you're at like 275k at that point, so you're already pretty tired, and there's loads of sections of it that are like 12%. So yeah, just like took myself through that bit. There was then like a pretty tricky descent. I was super happy that I had suspension on the bike. Like, I'm not actually sure I would have made it down that well without the suspension. Yeah, and then got down and got to the next and final feed, and then actually just out of that I then caught Maddie again. And at this point, obviously, you're like, oh, I'm basically through most of it. You've done like 320k, it's 40k to go. You know, there's just like the one really nasty hill that you've got to get over with 10k to go. So yeah, I was like with Maddie for a bit, and then I kind of didn't really mean to drop her, but dropped her on a little bit, and then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna keep going with it because I thought she'd catch me again on the last hill. So yeah, then basically spent like the last 20k solo again. But yeah, like just, it's a really long day. There were definite moments of like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this. Probably like much earlier on. I was probably in that like 90k stretch where so much of it was by myself. I was just like, oh god, this is so long and I don't know if I can do it. But yeah, I was like, just keep pedaling, keep going, keep trying to eat, keep trying to drink. Definitely ran out of water a little bit on that big 90k stretch. And definitely, if I was going to do another long one, I need to think about what kind of like savoury food I'd want for the last bit, because yeah, you just get to a point where you've had so much sugar, you kind of just need something different. Although saying that, like the unflavoured Never Second stuff made a big difference for me, actually, just not having something super flavoured. But yeah, I mean, to end and actually come 6th, like really quite happy with that, considering what the last couple of months has been, the kind of training. I think like I'm mainly just missing that like the more sort of top end stuff to make it up the hills, because I was basically getting dropped on the hills and then generally managing to sort of get back on the flats, other than when the groups all kind of broke up. So yeah, I think like maybe if I was a bit fresher, maybe if I'd done some more like proper sessions, and maybe if I'd actually done some longer bike rides. But yeah, like what an experience, what a cool sort of vibe around it, just so many people. And actually like the last bit of the race, we were coming through some of the people that were doing the 560 and had started the day before, and obviously had like all their kit on the bikes. So yeah, like really cool to see, really cool to do. Glad I've done it. I think I'm gonna have to come back and try it again, maybe next year. Try and go a bit better. But yeah, today is now time to chill, rest the legs, try and recover.
I think this is going to be my worst chafage ever. Yeah, that's been there since like 100k.